Hey everybody, Bobby Medina here with my good buddy Paul Barron. We are back and have an interesting tip or an idea that we're going to talk about. So today we're going to discuss giving ourselves license to experiment. And here's why.
I love that term, license to experiment. So often we start studying with somebody that has a really dogmatic approach and we stick with it, thinking that eventually it will have some benefits of doing that routine. But, for some people it works, for others it doesn't. And they should have that license or feel like they have that license to move on and try other things.
Most of the great players uh, or people that are great at anything they do, particularly when it's something physical, maybe it could be a sports person or whatever, have figured out a unique way that their body and mind works. And I think this is the most important part of giving yourself that license because it allows you to be guided in a way, but it allows you to start to refine what works for you.
And in the process of experimentation, I think it's really important to give whatever it is that you're going to experiment with a fair shake. Give it enough time. Um, so many people are just running around seemingly with like chickens with their heads cut off, to use that old saying, where they'll try one thing for a day and then, oh, well, that didn't feel amazing today, therefore it doesn't work. Well, maybe it does. Maybe you just have to give it a little bit more time, but know when you've given it enough time and you're getting to that stagnant point that it's not showing any more benefits, and then move on from there.
Yeah, and I think something else to consider is maybe just at the beginning, maybe just experiment with one area of your playing. This could be a particular technique. It could be jumping intervals, and let's just focus on this for right now, Paul. So let's say you are having a hard time jumping intervals. Like, may say there's a particular piece you're practicing, and every time you come and you have this interval of, we'll say it's a minor sixth, and you just can't seem to hit that. So let's talk about a couple ways to experiment, Paul. I'll let you go first.
Sure. Well, I would start building it up. If we're going to eventually want that minor sixth, I would start with the same register that I'm going to play, but moving only a second, and just try to get that as smooth as I can, eventually building up to a fifth and a minor sixth, and then I'll keep going beyond that, moving it up to, say, a ninth jump, so that when I back it back down to that minor sixth, it's so much easier. So sort of like the Aikido idea, in that you've got this one problem in front of you, rather than always working on that minor six, minor six, minor six, and keep hitting your head on that wall. Why not do it in a smaller increment and then slowly build it up to where you need it, and then beyond, and then back it down, so that it's going to be so much easier.
Yeah, great advice, and I'll add to that as an option. There are many options, and this is just a couple of things to think about. But I might reverse that. I might play from the top note down. Let's say that originally the music was going upward, so I might descend and practice descending in the manner that Paul is talking about. But I will also change the articulation. Let's just say it's two tongued notes and maybe you're using a ta syllable on them, and so maybe I'll switch to da. Maybe I'll slur it. Maybe I'll play these at different volumes as well, because a lot of times we tend to just play. I see this a lot in people, and Paul and I, when we're teaching together, and that we see this, that a lot of people just kind of do things in this range, the range, and this is the volume range right here. They never get down to truly soft or truly loud, and sometimes pushing those things changes things a little bit, mentally and orally and muscularly for yourself.
So there's a few ideas on how to experiment and why to experiment, which is also very important. And if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Trumpet Diagnostics. We're glad you're here, and come on back for more.